Welcome back. We're very happy to have you with us. We're continuing our reflections now in the new year. So the church calendar goes from Advent to Christ the King in the Latin Church, and we are going from a Matthew year A, into the Mark's year B. That's how they do it. So it's ABC, ABC, ABC. John doesn't get a whole year because we get John's Gospel and Easter and a lot of them during Lent. And in our parish here, we always do the scrutiny readings, which are from John. So we very happy to have John just kind of peppered in throughout the year. So those are always nice weeks when we have those. But we're in year B now. And Amy is going to read from Mark's Gospel for the first Sunday of Advent.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Mark. Jesus said to his disciples, "Be watchful, be alert. You do not know when the time will come. It is like a man traveling abroad. He leaves home and he places his servants in charge, each with his own work, and orders the gatekeeper to be on the watch. Watch, therefore. You do not know when the Lord of the house is coming, whether in the evening, or at midnight, or at cockcrow, or in the morning. May he not come suddenly and find you sleeping. What I say to you, I say to all. Watch." The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ. So we have these readings, and it's kind of always hard for us, it's hard for me anyway, to shift gears. We go in ordinary time. We have all these readings now from Matthew's Gospel, which are, the tax collectors and the prostitutes will enter the kingdom of heaven before you. And then all of a sudden, boom, we get a kind of a resetting, and we go back to the beginning of the year. The beginning of the year deals with these readings that are from the end times, where they're coming. And they tend to frighten people. I don't see it that way in most ways. But I think that the readings are just, stay awake, stay alert, watch, and all of those things, because you don't know when the Lord will be coming. But the idea is they are preparing us for the coming of the Lord, and the Lord is someone whom we love. The Lord is someone who is good to us. It does not mean that it's not challenging. There's nothing in this world, no teaching in this world more challenging than the gospel of Jesus Christ. It's one of the only teachings which I think suggests in itself that it's impossible by your own power. It's not possible for you to be saved by your own power. You need and require the grace of God. And to say otherwise, and we do so, it's kind of ubiquitous. It's throughout our whole culture. We're constantly, even among Christians, saying things. Even our prayers contain formularies, "May we merit, Lord," that things like that, which are often put together with the Pelagian heresy. But it's not all these old heresies and problems and theological things. They keep coming back. There's nothing new, really. I think Fulton Sheen says that himself. And it's like there's nothing new. It's that we just redo the old heresies over and over and over again, and they come up in a little bit different forms occasionally. So we have this idea that what we are looking for as our teaching of our faith is one that is, we're giving you this gospel which requires you to become strong in your weakness. It is an amazing teaching. It's not said better than anywhere else than by St. Paul, who speaks to this very strongly. He says, "When I'm weak, I'm strong, because when I'm weak, your power has to overtake me." That is the hope for any of us who suffer, who are enduring hardship, who are going through difficult times. For those of us who've been knocked to the ground like St. Paul, and our hope is that the grace from those kinds of moments when we hit that rock bottom is that we now need and require to be reliant on God alone. That's everything. That's our hope. When I fall, Lord, may you be the one who lifts me up. When I'm broken, Lord, may you be the one who puts me back together as you wish. It's a great, amazing prayer that none of us dare pray, or seldomly dare pray, is, "Lord, let me be broken if only you are the one who reforms me as you wish." And so our longing for we long for the coming of God into our lives. We long, O come, Emmanuel. We long for God to be with us, and that's what the name Emmanuel means. God is with us. We live that out in our Eucharistic life. I was just reading the introduction to the worship of Eucharist outside of the Mass. And it says that in it, we long for Emmanuel, the God to be with us, and he is with us. So we believe and love and say thank you for the great gifts we've been given, but most especially for the gift we're given in that God has given himself to us in Jesus Christ. In word and sacrament, as a teacher and as food for the soul and body. So we long for this. So in all of these readings that might seem frightening, at the end of the day, the fear is overcome by this idea that someone is coming to us that we don't fear, that we love. And he has called us to a life of love. And if we're fearful, then we need this message more than ever. If we're fearful, if we have not been about the business of taking care of the many, the least, the most cursed, the furthest from him, praying for them, then may we find ourselves committed to that because he told us to, because he asked us to, because he said to us just a week ago, in serving the least you serve me. What you have done for the least or not done for the least, you have done or not done for me. So in all of this, go ahead, be a little bit nervous, because what he's saying to us is a little bit kind of like you've got to prepare yourself. But remember, we are preparing ourselves for something really, really, really good for us. Really wonderful, really positive, really affirming. God has such confidence in human beings. It's an astonishing thing. This morning I had a funeral celebration, and in the funeral we read from letter of St. Paul to the Romans, I think Romans, it's anyway, that we can imagine dying, giving up our life for some good person, but how much greater is our God than when we were still far from him, when we were still struggling, when we were still enemies, he died for us. And that is the great thing about this great faith, is that that is the person who is coming to us. Not some mean-spirited God, but the God who has commanded us to a life of perfect and love, that in doing and in engaging perfects us ourselves. So get ready, do all of your things you need to get ready, but most importantly, in your getting ready, put yourself to the task that we just heard before Advent, which was what you do for the least you do for me. That is the greatest way in which we might be ready to receive him, but when he finds us doing his work in the vineyard, so to speak. Okay? So have a great, great week. Go easy on the Bills, that's the way to lose. We get used to saying things like that when they lose like that. Amy's smirking at me because she likes Baltimore.
They're doing well.
They're doing really well, so we'll give Baltimore that. It's their one time, that it's ever happened. Anyway, but we continue to seek out and pray for those most in need. I don't know how many football teams that actually applies to, but in your life together, you may know who they are, and they may be people that you walk by every day and don't even think of. So continue to search out and seek out those most in need, and then God will find us when he comes about his work. So thank you very much. Have a wonderful week.